Cleaning up this mess, nearly scared myself to death. Though I'm getting better. Started making excuses less. Tried to focus on my breath. Though I'm getting better. There's a lesson to be learned somewhere along the way. I just haven't found it yet, but I'm still searching. Frayed edges, unattended, on the bridge to better days. Now we're hanging by a thread, unanswered echoes, assumed allegiance. Hail Marys in the moonlight. Hail Marys in the moonlight. Took the best in show till the truth came out. You frame the metrics in your favor now. The game drags on till your time runs out. You'll still be catching up when your time runs out. So what's the difference between a near miss and if I don't try at all? Will I still be singing Hail Marys in the moonlight? Hail Marys in the moonlight. Took the best in show till the truth came out. You frame the metrics in your favor now. The game drags on till your time runs out. You'll still be catching up when your time runs out. Hail Marys in the moonlight. 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 Took the best in show till the truth came out. You frame the metrics in your favor now. The game drags on till your time runs out. Till your time runs out. Until your time runs. Took the best in show till the truth came out. You frame the metrics in your favor now. The game drags on till your time runs out. You'll still be catching up when your time runs out. Cleaning up this mess, nearly scared myself to death. Though I'm getting better. Started making excuses less. Tried to focus on my breath. Though I'm getting better. There's a lesson to be learned somewhere along the way. I just haven't found it yet, but I'm still searching.
Check, check. Are we working? Nice. All right, it's been a little bit. It has been a long little bit, actually. But today is a special day. In that, it's the 20th anniversary. Well, I guess it technically was the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy XI. That last band that was playing was a band called With the Punches. Older. Used to play like a bunch of like local shows and stuff and toured around. They're really good. Check them out if you haven't. With the Punches, almost everything. I love that fucking band. Let's go here. First things first, I wanted to check this out. There was a tweet from Final Fantasy XI, and it basically said explore the gallery inspired by 20 years of adventure. So I clicked the link, and apparently we've got like a shit. So let's like refresh it real quick. They've got a shit ton of like I think old developer art. That's what I remember reading. I read like their new articles they posted today, and I'm pretty positive this is what that is. So Final Fantasy XI 20th anniversary, a celebration of art. Digital celebration to honor 20 legendary years of adventure. Explore one-of-a-kind commissioned art pieces created by fans and celebrate the world of Final Fantasy XI. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't actually know. I haven't actually looked at it yet. But I am pretty I'm pretty stoked to see like what this is all about. Maybe you can get some like fresh looking wallpapers, or I don't know, maybe just like Photoshop some shit with it and just add it to like streams or some shit. I don't know. I think it's gonna be pretty cool though. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know if there's actual like audio. Is there like a? This is the We Are Vana'diel website. What is this? Oh, nice. So this is pretty sick. This feels like I'm on like a MySpace page with the fucking Final Fantasy XI mouse cursor in like the background with a video. That's cool too. They got like the little player. Oh, and it just pauses all nice like that. Let's see what we got. Oh, cool. So the Federation of Windurst, Grand Duchy of Juno, We Are Vana'diel. Where the fuck is Bastock? Or Bastock. I love how you say Bastock. The Kingdom of Sandoria. Okay, there we are. This is the one. This is the OP one. This one in Gustaberg. Get me every time. Every time. Actually, I wanted to have that. Nope, it just refreshed. So Grand Duchy of Juno. That's kind of weird how they have them placed like that. Okay. Either way. Let's experience the art. It all began with the stone, so the legend says. This is sick. Hold on a second. My dog just over here knocking shit over. Crystal chains. So, featuring the giant crystal and Prishy. Nothing goes bigger than a Final Fantasy finisher. In the Chains of Promathia ending sees you fighting a god, but only able to take care of it with the help of another. Seeing all these cosmic forces come together always felt so special. Who is this by? Does it... does it say... That's cool that you can share the art, like, directly. This is a really cool piece, though. Let's go back to the gallery. I wish, like, the mouse actually was properly working. Okay, so the Rune Fencer. What anime does this look like? What is that one? It's like an isekai anime, but it's got the... It's like the tank girl who like gets off by getting hurt. That's like, fuck, what is it called? With the girl that yells explosion. I don't fucking remember. It's actually not a bad series though. Okay, so Rune Fencer for Final Fantasy XI's 20th anniversary, I wanted to commemorate my favorite job from the game, Rune Fencer. When I first started looking into Final Fantasy XI more after Seekers of Adeline came out, God, wow, that was late to the game. Rune Fencer caught my eye as a pretty unique job that I hadn't seen in other MMOs and quickly became pretty iconic to me. I will say the idea behind Rune Fencer is pretty sick. So when the opportunity arose to celebrate something from Final Fantasy XI, I really wanted to create a Rune Fencer illustration. I also like Final Fantasy XI's Elven, so I decided to feature one here too. It's pretty cool. I need to find like the. Oh wait, no. So these are the names, or like the. Maybe it's not their name, but it's what they're going by. Koyorin. It's kind of annoying that like it's sideways like that. I mean, I guess it kind of looks cool, but best girl right here. Daughter of Gilgamesh. It's crazy too because like I know Final Fantasy XI came out before Final Fantasy X too, and I remember so many of like the people who I was playing with on 11 back in the day were saying how much Riku looked like this design, and it's kind of funny too because I think what is it in now that I think about it. Because Riku in 10-2 she doesn't have like the fist weapons anymore. She uses like they're kind of like the way the weapon's structured. It's like a dagger and like a fist weapon. She uses daggers, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly, it's actually been so long. I decided to make Leon since she is beloved by the community. Yeah, I don't know why that was hard to say. I decided to make Leon since she is beloved by the community, and I love that she has a strong sense of justice. I hope I captured her essence. You know, the one thing I do wish with Final Fantasy XI, I wish they would have like given some of the faces like better, like artistically articulated designs. In particular, like I have all the strategy guides and stuff, and they didn't necessarily always do that. I think maybe in some instances, like I have some of the old collection books of like, what is it? Like the old like artwork that was before Final Fantasy XI came out, which I do need to go over that on stream one of these days. We did a little bit when I first got all that shit, but we need to knock that out. I think this is, I don't know if this is all fan artwork, but anyways. No way. No way. No way. This is a scene where a party is having drinks at a tavern after a long day of hunting. After too many drinks, the Galka snatches the artifact robes from the poor white mage. Whose frantic pleas go unheard. Oh, he's like tearing it and shit. I see. And she's like, got the bait. Isn't that the Elvon get up? Am I crazy? I feel like that is. I don't think. Maybe I don't remember, but I'm pretty positive that is. That's like the race specific gear. Unsurprisingly, the Galka's large physique proves too much for the robes. Much to the amusement of their fellow members. I was talking with a friend of mine who devoted their youth to playing Final Fantasy XI and came up with the idea for a scene based on their story about a pretty female white mage who was wearing a hard-earned artifact in their party, as well as the unlikely combination of the Galka white mage. I do remember, like, I mean, people would play things separate from like what was optimal for their race. And it's funny, it's like when you have like Taratar, and this is the thing that kind of gets me with 14. because there isn't like that difference. So technically, a like a Galka and 11 would be like a kind of a crappy mage. They can do it somewhat, but they don't really have much MP in comparison. And the same thing with like the Rogadin. Like the Rogadin, and I guess too, like the differences in their body style. The Rogadin and 14, I guess, look a little bit more fit than the Lalafell versus like the Tarutaro. But like Lalafels, for instance, right? They can be like those DPS warrior type classes and still do the same exact damage. So, in fact, what's his name? What's his name's son? Wow, why am I forgetting this? In Ul'dah. I can't think of the little Lalafell's name, but he's the son of the general. He's like a warrior, and he's supposed to be like super strong. So, oh, okay, that's not what I want to do. What do I do? Do I just like scroll with these, or how does this work? Oh, you just scroll. Okay. Well, I wonder if the words change. Oh, this is sick. I mean, this is all pretty cool for like fan art. I don't know if I'm gonna read all these, but we can just go through and like take a look. That crystal looks really, really cool. Like the effect of it. You know, one thing I think they were trying to do in Final Fantasy 14 1.0 was kind of make more of like those camp related areas to where adventurers would like actually kind of huddle and hang out. The concept is really, really cool. And it's something that I wish they could implement in like Final Fantasy 11. Honest to God, I just wish like this anniversary wasn't necessarily the craziest thing. Honest to God, like it's looking more and more like the big announcement or surprise, whatever you want to call it, was in fact the mobile game that got axed, probably for the better. But yeah, no, this looks cool. I would love to get like a remade 11 and like kind of have certain implementations to kind of bring back some of the more social aspects, right? But this is really cool. I really, really like this. The friends we made along the way. Wanted to commemorate this piece for the 20th Final Fantasy XI anniversary because it has been a long and dear part of my life. Adventuring with people of many walks of life, some lifelong friendships made, and some friends and family lost along the way. I look forward to many more adventures with friends, with friends old and new, in the fantastic world of Vana'diel. I like a lot of these like crystal kind of like designs. Ooh, what is it? What was that called? Something Westgate. Iguri Westgate for Black Mage. That was my shit. I remember when I finally got that because I had to like I got the crafting material. I loved that. I loved that design. It was kind of a cool design too, actually, for Black Mage. Like it almost made you look like a type of shaman or something. Reminiscent memory. Okay, like if some of these have like catchy fucking taglines where it seems like they're actually gonna say something worthwhile, then fuck it, I'll read it. This artwork I chose to create for the 20th anniversary means a lot to me, and has a lot of little hidden notes and Easter eggs of my many years in Final Fantasy XI. It was a tough choice between a Treasures of Adargon or Chains of Promathia theme, as these two were when I spent most of my time helping, leveling, learning, and making friends. However, after looking through my myriad of screenshots for inspiration, I remember how often I had traveled through the I never know how to say this, Adwina Subterrane while completing this. Holy shit, that word fucked me up. Adwina Subterrane while completing the story or leveling, and just how stunning it was. Treasures of Ottergon was the first real expansion drop that I was a part of, and where I finally hit 75, got to where my... Oh, there it is. Beloved Iguro Westgate, saved up for my high-quality stabs. It had some of the most breathtaking places and stories to traverse through. It taught me how to really understand being a black mage, where I'd work together with the close-knit friends and strangers to make incredibly challenging fights happen. The energy, the love, the friendship, the tears, the adventure around every corner, the tough fights, and the insanely rewarding feeling of finally finishing a story arc. I wanted to reflect on that. I felt that my character sitting in the subterranean, thinking about the world that has come to her in this space felt correct. A sense of accomplishment and wonder, of friendships come and gone, and the beauty and unique memories that we still share together that this game has offered us. That was nice. I like that. Ottergon. That's kind of cool. That looks so much more like a fucking Lalafell. But I love that image. Like, I love the original image. I like how they took the artistic approach with that. The girl squad here. Rhapsody Gals. Best girl Leon. You know, I like Prishy though. I just like her as a character. She is fun. What is this? Oh, this is cool. The Sanctuary of Zeta. I'll read this one. Sanctuary. The title of this piece is Sanctuary, a collection of creatures at rest in the Sanctuary of Zeta area, enjoying a moment of serenity. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy XI, I traveled back to some of my earliest and fondest memories of Vana'diel. Much of my love for the game lies in exploration of the vast world and time spent wrapped in the peaceful sights and sounds between battles. That's cool too. Like, I notice like the lighting on this is super sick. Like it almost kind of like puts you in that like that Twilight period, and almost like that. You could pull like a lot of like types of like symbolism from this. Like you have like the darkness that like the monsters like reside, but then like they're also like part of like the light, which also kind of like probably gave you like a lot of your fun experiences in the game. What is this? I don't know why those arrows are there. Oh, unless it's just for this. No, because you can do it both ways. That's kind of weird. Anyways, I like this. This is kind of cool. This looks like something you'd see like out of like a comic or something, or like a manga, I guess, because it's Japanese. This one legit looks like a fucking Pokemon card. Mog House Party. After a long day of going on quests, nothing beats having a cozy house party with your team. Or that'd be kind of funny. I just realized I was like, you mean party, but it's like having a cozy house party with your party. With my art I would like to celebrate all the friendships formed and stories and snacks shared and the memories that bring us all back to the world of Vana'diel. This is pretty cool. There's actually a shit ton of detail in this, to be honest. This is really, really cool. There's actually one thing I liked about those old like Pokemon cards where they have this kind of like art style. Is because those also tended to have like extra bits of detail. And then this with the fucking Lalafell looking Taru. Setting forth. A team of 5 adventurers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why the fuck is there 5? Isn't there supposed to be 6? Okay. A team of 5 adventurers representing the playable races. Oh, that's why. Representing the playable races takes inspiration from the iconic game logo, as well as the opening movie. Final Fantasy has a special place in my heart for the unforgettable friendships and adventures. Happy 20th anniversary, Final Fantasy XI. These are pretty cool. I'm noticing a lot of these, like a lot of the ones they picked were very cartoony. Though I just said that, right? I'm like, you have something like this. It's pretty cool though. It's funny because like Treasures of Ottergon is where like a lot of people feel like if Square Enix ever did like a official private or not private server, classic server, that's basically where they would want it to like kind of top off at. It'd be cool though. I mean, this is my thought. I feel like they should do fucking seasons. Why not? Like do seasons of like the original level 50 seasons of, and then build in. I think isn't that kind of like what WoW's doing? WoW's kind of doing like the build ups and then like just doing seasons of all their classic servers. Oh, this is really fucking cool. I don't know if this is just like graphic design work or someone actually like did like construction paper and then like painted shit. This is super cool. In light of catastrophe. Final Fantasy as a whole has always been a large part of my life and one of the most beloved game series. And one of my most beloved game series. For this piece, I chose to highlight one of the expansion/moments I found most interesting. Final Fantasy XI Chains of Promathia. I began a papercraft journey. Okay, so it was. It was like construction paper. Or maybe it's not construction paper, but it's cutout paper. I began a papercraft journey sometime during 2020 and couldn't pass up the opportunity to make something big and nostalgic for the 20th anniversary event. I chose to create a layered papercraft with the ability to light up. Oh, that's sick. So I wonder if there's like... I don't know if this is just like an effect with CSS or what, but... couldn't pass the opportunity to make something big. I chose to create a layered papercraft with the ability to light up. The designs for Promathia and the surrounding areas such as Altair always captured my attention. Like Altair, I wanted the background to feel otherworldly and nostalgic, so I chose bright, vivid colors to reflect this. I wanted Promathia to feel like a big, looming challenge to overcome as the center of the piece. So Promathia was created in a traditional layered paper style. However, I wanted the warriors to stand out against this challenge like a shining light full of power. I thought a fun and interesting way to incorporate them into the piece would be to tie them back to the style of the iconic gradient logo of for Final Fantasy XI, while still staying true to the layered paper craft style, using a semi-transparent paper and holographic vinyl to catch the light and add depth, color, and effect. This shit's actually really cool. Like, look at the warrior. Looks like some shit from Tron. They're doing like, everyone's doing like 5 though. It's supposed to be like 6. It's my only little gripe. Prishy. Best girl. Oh wait, no, that's cool. They have so Distant Worlds, 2 of the most beloved characters from Chains of Promathia. To remember Prishy sitting next to Olma, or how the fuck did I say her name again? Olmia. I don't know why I was thinking it was Olma. As she plays still makes me teary. I wanted to commemorate the anniversary of such a wonderful time in Vana'diel using this very iconic scene as it brings powerful memories of my time in Vana'diel. And then, fuck, what was it called? The place in the opening movie that was the real, oh, Tabnazia. Like, this is technically, like, where the real Tabnazia is, not like the Tabnazian stronghold that we got. I still, to this day, honest to God, if they do anything, fucking throw us a bone, give us that leaked game file location where they have like the train, and then that original city that had like windmills and shit that was in the original Play Online Japanese like commercial, because that place looked sick. And if you go through and you find like the YouTube video for it, it's pretty massive, and some of the structures are pretty cool. And then on top of that, in those game files, like, there was a Chocobo Woods. Like, give us that too. And then just tie all that into, like, the real Tabnazia. Give it, like, let's finally take that bitch back. I don't know why the hell that never happened. I mean, we did, like, all this saving the world and, like, crazy shit. Like, let's get it. Give us Tabnazia. Please. Best girl. Oh wait, are we looping back around? Huh. These were really cool too. The Darkness Within. The Archangels were a memorable foe, not just for their role in the story of their encountered difficulty. I do remember they were fucking hard. So I wanted to showcase them for the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy XI, because they share a similar origin and form as the enlightened race. The Archangels invoke an entirely different feeling as adversaries that stand out against other encounters. The Arcs are cool. What the fuck is this? Looking for parties. So many hours in Volcrum Dunes, hanging around the outpost and having a blast with my friends and family at Vana'diel. In Vana'diel? That's kind of weird. I still remember the road from Sandy to Volcrum, rushing to meet the party, met so many people, got so much help, and people were truly friendly and kind. And time after, as I leveled up, I could come back and power level others there, or try to. Oh no, they pulled too many crabs. Raise. Thank you, Final Fantasy XI, for the wonderful times. That's true. Like, it's so funny because, like, Dunes is just that one area that, like, I feel most people got to. And that's, like, it's really the, like everybody has their first memorable experiences of Final Fantasy 11, but that's really like Dunes is where you actually started experiencing like the game, right? That's where you actually started like for like real deal partying with people and having to like use strategy, whether you're like sneaking past mobs to get to like a new camp, or like, you know, okay, well, what kind of party do we have? What type of mobs can we go after? Do we have more mages in our party? Can we nuke crabs, or lizards, or like, you know, are we like at the higher end level? Do we have to hit the damselflies, or, you know, do we have party members with like higher accuracy? Can we hit the hares? You know, stuff like that. Oh wait, that's it? Wait, really? That's it? Hmm. Wait, why is there two? What the fuck? It's kind of weird. So we are Vanadil website. So they should actually have. We discuss. Hold on a second. Oh, this might be what they were talking about. Like concept art and shit. Aegis, hey, what's up? Sorry. I was focusing for a second there. Hope you've had a good Final Fantasy 11 20th anniversary. And all of your dreams came true. Let's take a look. Oh no, wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. This is the thing they put out today. Venarium, we image Vanadil. Wait, is this it? No, this can't be the concept art. This is pretty cool. This actually reminds me of that old PlayStation 2 art where they like went back and they like did like a combo illustration of all the games. It's pretty funny though. So it must be under the We Illustrate Vanadil. We remember. Yes, this is update on it, so I'm guessing that's the case. Dude, I have this who the fuck was it? The map book. The holy shit, what is it called? When you have a book full of maps. An atlas. Holy shit. That's what I was trying to think of. Oh my god, I remember. Whew. I remember I thought my dad was just like never gonna take me to go get the fucking atlas, because I ordered it. Like I saved up. I used to be a little crafty with like making money, whether it be like walking dogs or some shit when I was younger, or like mowing people's lawns, and like I don't know. I just figure out ways to make money. And I remember I saved up for the atlas, and the atlas took so fucking long to actually like get to stores. Like they held back on it so many times, and then it like, oop, hopefully stream didn't freeze. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. On my end, the stream froze, but luckily it didn't freeze. But anyways, yeah. So I went back and forth to the store like once a month for like fucking 6 months when it was supposed to be released, and I just remember the guy. The guy probably knew like my first name at that point. And even when I started calling, they just, I think for like another 2 months after that, because my dad was like, "What the fuck? Start calling them. Don't. I'm not driving you anymore." the guy was like, I think the guy just like felt bad. He's like, at one point he started just like offering me if I wanted to get my money back for the pre-order. And I was like, no, I really, really want this. And I'm actually super glad I did. It's funny because there was a lot more like quest markers and stuff that were updated in this atlas. But there was also like a lot of things that were incorrect that were actually correct in the original 2004 Final Fantasy 11 strategy guide. So like that was something that was kind of confusing to me because I think the same people made it. I could be wrong. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but it was still really cool. And it's funny too because like I remember when I used to play the game, I'd have my fucking strategy guide right here and I'd have the atlas right there. And it was super cool when I had the atlas because, you know, back then Gil was a little bit harder to come by, and I was just a dumbass little kid, so I didn't know how to fucking make Gil really, not efficiently. And I would like, instead of getting the maps for certain places, I would just wing it, and I would just use the map that that like I had right there, and then like the mini map, and then just try to kind of figure it out from there. Works pretty well in some cases. So actually, some of this concept art is in that book. Well, not this, but some of it's in the book that I have. That's pretty cool, though. I'm not sure what's actually new. I mean, I'd imagine they go in line by volume. Oh, this is kind of cool. I thought, you know, it's funny. I thought some of this was actually fan art. Like this, I thought was fan art. You know, another thing too, Final Fantasy XI also did not mind showing skin. They were definitely guilty of the thirst. This is cool too that they're wearing the job specific armor right there. That's pretty cool. That was like armor that I'm pretty sure not a lot of people got. Like there's definitely a good amount of people that got it, but there's a lot of people that didn't get it because it was easy to kind of like miss or just like pass over, but it's pretty good for what it was. And then he's not an iron. He doesn't have the. It always messed me up because like it's funny. His version of the armor that he's wearing, actually, I don't know if that's actually. No, that is the Iron Musk. I want to say it's the Iron Musketeer because I think the Iron Musketeer version had gold on it. I was looking it up because I made some glam for Final Fantasy XIV based off that. This is pretty cool though. I like this a lot. I don't understand her hand though. It's kind of weird. Oh, it's kind of like it too, right? Am I crazy? These two fingers together. Does that mean something? Oh, he's got it too. Yeah, so it does mean something. It's gotta mean something. Right? Am I crazy? Oh, well. This shit's sick. It's like this armor. At least the top part, not the ass part. Does he have a gun? Oh, he does have the gun. I was like, wait. Oh, man. This is super sick of the Shadow Lord. This is super cool. Honest to God, I loved some of the armor sets in Final Fantasy 11. This one included. Something about it. They just looked like, I don't know, they just made you look like an adventurer, like not some crazy god. You know? You know what I'm saying? Oh, the fuck is my webcam all fucked? Hold on a second. Let me fix this shit. Let's see if that's almost. That's better. Okay. I do like this though. I like the detail in it. I actually like, as far as fan art goes, I like this type of stuff. This has like, I don't know if anyone's played like Dot Hack before. When you can win like the little wallpapers or something. This fucking, and that's like another thing too. Final Fantasy 11 was pretty influential. I know like Dot Hack was definitely inspired by Final Fantasy 11. Or I don't know if like the story itself was, but like a lot of the art choices that they made and then some of the things in game was kind of similar to Final Fantasy 11. This looks like something you fucking like. The art style is very very like the very very much that same type of art style for those Dot Hack wallpapers. It's super sick though. I love like all the little minor details. So like 4th of July or New Year fireworks. I used to love that. Like something about watching those fireworks in the cities, or just people lighting them up like at camps and stuff like that. There's definitely a couple New Year's and 4th of July's and stuff, where I think I guess it wouldn't be 4th of July because it's a Japanese game, but I think people let off fireworks during 4th of July. But definitely for New Year's, that was like, I loved that. That was so much fun. It's pretty sick. This is the one we've all seen. This one's really cool. I don't know who they cut off right here, though. And right there. Final Fantasy 11 Online. This is very much, it seems like the art style of like Tactics or like Ivalice style. I think I would say more of like the original Tactics though. Vana'diel, a realm alive with adventure and stories uncounted. Upon her fields were friendships forged, battles waged. More than a mere destination, but a second home. May she remain in our hearts always, blessed in the light of the goddess. This is pretty cool, actually. I feel like the image could have been maybe a little better. I mean, I really like the art for the image. I'm just saying, like, for this, I don't know why. I feel like that's like, it's like super serious tone, then it's like heartfelt, and then it's like kind of joking, and then like kind of cute. We got the crab mount. Damn, the bitch is grabbing his eye. Fumino Minagawa. Oh, this is dope. I didn't actually see this. Oh, wait, I did see this one. Can we please? Can I please, like, do I really got to do this? Hold on a second. We got to fucking do it the hard way. Copy the link address. Go here. Paste. There we go. I don't know why we had to do it the hard way. This is cool, though. Like the blue mages and stuff. And this actually kind of reminds me of like the old like Dragon Ball Z like artwork where they would have like literally every fucking character from everything in the posters. Diabolos. I remember when I fought Diabolos, that was like such a close fight. I think my entire party died, and I was playing Red Mage at the time, and I did what is it called when you reverse? Was it called reverse? It was reverse, and then like swift cast, and healed myself, and raised like someone. I think I raised a tank, and they provoked to get the damage off, and then I just I switched gear sets because I didn't have shit left. And then I just like stone skinned because they died again. And maybe I was like slash nin or something. I don't remember. But I know I stone skinned and did something to where I wouldn't take as much damage. And we just barely won. It was so close. I think I got like a weapon skill off, and whew. Remember all of our hearts were racing when it wasn't Discord. It was either Ventrilo or TeamSpeak at the time. I don't remember, but yeah, that was a heart pounding moment. Our girl Shintoto, Pershi, all these guys. It's pretty cool. This reminds me of, like, looking at art like this. This kind of reminds me of back in the day when you would go to like website. I used to do this with Kingdom Hearts a lot. I would like go on like different Facebook pages or different things like KH Insider way back in the day. I would go and just like browse like all the fan art and stuff all the time just to see. I don't know. I used to love that shit. What is this, Sailor Moon? It's funny too because like now that I'm looking at it, I don't know why. I don't know if it's the art style or something. This reminds me of what was that other isekai anime with like, was it Ainz? His name's Ainz or something? The skull. I don't know why it kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. Like, it totally looks like some Sailor Moon shit. I don't know if it's just the way it's drawn or what, but or like, and this like almost kind of looks like Dark Magician Girl. It's funny. A lot of it is this. You get the Moogle. Damn, look at the abs. Shredded. They knew what they were doing. Oh, this is cool. I actually really like the art on this one. Like the shading and shit is really good. This is actually a really cool piece. And like the way like the stars, like you can see the red going around it. So it just adds like this highlighted, which is I guess is supposed to kind of like mimic the hearts a little bit, which the hearts of like a hot pink. Or maybe they are the same. I can't really tell. This looks like it's red to me, but could be in contrast with the blue behind it. That's cool. Very tactics like. That is a tactics chocobo. For sure. This is pretty cool too. I actually wouldn't even mind like a real poster like this. Oh, this is sick. Of course, we gotta do the exact same fucking thing we just did. It's so crazy. It's like they don't even try to like really hide it that well. All you gotta do is just know how to. Copy. You gotta do is just know how to find it in CSS. It's not even like it's hidden. I like this a lot. This is super cool. You know, the one thing, and I know why they don't do it like that, but it's a shame because they kind of, like, Red Mage had the shield and sword kind of thing going on. I wish they would show Paladin with the great sword more often because most people, at least when I played, or unless they were doing like a specific like boss battle or something, but most people were using great swords. My fucking nose is getting a little stuffy. This is cool with the dragon. Something fucking Final Fantasy 14 fucked up was not having that as a pet class, because I loved that. I love that so much. But Final Fantasy 14 being ultra casual is a whole nother fucking thing. Same thing with Corsair. They fucked that up too because that job is in the fucking files. And they proved they had it with the latest stuff. Damn cat. Careful, kitty. Yeah, this is pretty sick. I like this a lot. Dark Knight with a scythe, as it should have. It's a really nicely drawn picture too, actually. I noticed they really started pushing the like I don't really care, but I'm just saying like I noticed they've really been pushing the girls for this one. Trying to very weebify it. Okay, so I think that's that one. We'll take a look at maybe a couple more of these. It's getting late as fuck. Oh, that's not. That's cool. And concept art for Shiva. Damn, Shiva. Looking thick. Jesus. They could have kept that one hidden. Carbuncle's looking a little rough there. Motherfucker looks like a fucking fucked up Furby. I'd imagine that's in the fucking art book that I have, but I haven't seen it. Rama looks like a bat in this. I don't know why. It looks like, yeah, it looks like he's got bat wings or something. It's interesting. And then Diabolos only has one fucking wing. I'm trying to think if there's a reason for that. No, I can't think of one. I don't know why he would only have one wing. That's kind of weird. Unless they were trying to go for like a one wing angel vibe, which I suppose is possible, but these things. Fuck these things. These things used to fuck us up in Dynamis. Kitty, you're snorting. Let's take a look at Bahamut. I actually really liked Bahamut's design. It's pretty cool. I mean, I guess honest to God, it's pretty much the same as what its design is in 14. Like, it's pretty damn similar. Let's take a look at some of the equipment artwork. I'm kind of interested in this. It's weird too because just like in 14, where you have like in 1.0, some of the art concept designs for gear that don't show up in 14 that a lot of people really wish it would. Same thing. Like I think you see gear styles in like even the Shadowbringers trailer. Like there's some really cool shit. I think the same thing kind of happened in 11. Like if you look at some of those gear sets they have in the opening movie, some of that shit's not in Final Fantasy 11. I wish it was because some of it looked really cool. This is for the bone harness. Yeah, this is. I don't think this is exactly how it ended up looking like. Did it? I can't remember if it had both shoulder pads. Bone harness is a good one though. That's a memorable one. Another thing they did in Final Fantasy 11 though that really pissed me off, and they kind of did it in 14 as well. I don't know why everything had to be a fucking Subligar. Give my man some fucking pants. Please. Like, he's got some hammies. Respect the man squats. But. Oh, the Royal Squires chainmail. This one wasn't necessarily my favorite. This one I thought was actually pretty interesting. The Jupon, because like the arms looked really cool, and then like the shin pads looked pretty cool. And then here we go with the Subligars again. Oh, this is the bone harness. Okay. Damn, Homeboy actually had some quads. Look at that. Dark plate is cool. Oh yeah, some of these I don't think we ever got. Like, I'm not sure. I don't remember the dark plate as much. I feel like there was something darker. I don't remember this one specifically. I do remember when I got that art book that there were certain gear sets in there that weren't necessarily in the game. Like this one right here. I'm not sure this one was necessarily in the game. The green leather. Although the cool thing about this armor type though is it was shown in some of that like original artwork for Final Fantasy XI. Unless I'm crazy and this shit was in the game and I just never got it. But I feel like I would have gotten it at some point because I've played the game on and off for a long fucking time. And I've even done like private servers. And never found this armor, so. It is cool though. Even like that character face model. And the sword kind of having like a more basic design. I'm pretty positive this was like one of those designs in one of the original like promotional artworks for the game. Because I remember even the sword had like a more like kind of bare bones, like it's almost smooth, right? Like all around, like it's almost just one solid piece of metal. This one I do remember. Yep, the iron chainmail. This one looked cool, actually. I think this one looked cooler in game as opposed to like how it looks right here. It doesn't look bad right here per se. I just feel like in game it actually looked better. And then the classic, right? Here we are. The pointy hat and the pointy shoulders. I don't remember that staff. That's pretty cool. Actually, it's very. If you ever watched Dot Hack Sign, and actually played Dot Hack, that's kind of reminiscent of it. It's another thing too. I'm pretty positive back when the game was being made, they were almost gonna have more like Dungeons and Dragons type like classes as well. But I think that changed when they decided they wanted to go back to like the original, what was it, like Final Fantasy 1 classes. You can tell this was very sketched. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like this is like very, very Meiji. That one sucks. This is actually like This is actually Final Fantasy 14 right here. This is what the Garleans use, right? I don't know if we ever got that. And that's more like fits a Corsair. This actually, some of this does look very like Final Fantasy 14-y. Now that I'm looking at it, like the 1.0 in particular. Or I should say 14 kind of looks like this, right? Like that's really what it should be. But that's just kind of where we got more of those types of armor sets from the get-go. This one looks super cool. Has like a very Evil East type vibe. I like this one a lot. Wish I could read Japanese. Man, that's the thing. I have all those books and there's so much written in Japanese that it's like, I don't know what the fuck it says. I wish I did. This is an interesting one. I don't believe we ever got like this armor set. Bison set? This looks like something a bard would do or would use. But I don't honest to God, I actually never. I unlocked Bard, but I don't think I played it very much. Like ever. And like a blue mage set. I think blue mages looked probably the coolest in 11. Like hands down. They make blue mage look like a fucking court jester in 14. Motherfucker. Even like the way it's like drawn. Like he just looks like the this blue mage looks like he's like ready to fucking scrap. Almost it honest to God, it almost has like a Dragon Ball like Z. Like not like super like puff or buffy, but like um or buff or puffy is what I meant. Not the opposite. Just like those the standing. I don't know. It looks very warrior esque. Oh, here it is. Iguro Westgate. This is the one I was talking about earlier. I loved this set. This set looked fucking sick. And again, it was such a cool take. It was almost like I don't even know what you would call this. It almost has like the Mexican like Maya or like Aztec vibe to it. But then it's also very like but probably like maybe like African too a little bit. I don't know. It's super cool though. I loved this. I thought it was such a cool take on like black mage gear at like endgame. I loved it. No, cool. They got like the different colors. I like that a lot. That's super super cool. Mm-mm-mm. Um. Oof. There's a lot. Um. Yeah, some of these are in the art books. We'll just go through them real quick. Fuck it. It's already fucking almost 3 in the morning. So Humes, not much has changed. They got like better facial designs. These are very basic. Oh, fuck me. I guess I was wrong. So what I was talking about earlier, it looked like it was the Elven bare bones stuff, but I guess it was the Hume. Couldn't remember. Hume early designs. These are pretty cool. Like even that's fucking sick. How it has like the shield. How it has like the shield on like the arm. And like the motherfucker, it looks like a fucking what is those blades from Attack on Titan? The way it's like shaped, like the ones you cut the nape off Titans from. This is cool though. I like these. I kind of like these a lot, actually. This too. And then you got the shoulder shield too. That's so fucking sick. I like this a lot, actually. Man, some of these designs were sick. And I get to, I actually, before we go too hard into it, I get to that for Final Fantasy 11, they weren't able to work with as much detail as they probably would have liked. So, would all of these have translated as well? Maybe, maybe not. And then on top of that too, if you look at this too, because see how the armor body part kind of goes up to the head a lot. And imagine the shield or the shield, the helmet might look a little wonky for that too. And maybe that's why they didn't do it. It would have been cool though. I really like that. I think that looks pretty sick. More Elven. That actually, surprisingly, I will say the Elven looked pretty fucking like even like that hairstyle for that character looked pretty spot on. See, this is what I was thinking of about that lower body part. Elven females are fucking ripped. Look at those fucking biceps. This is also, I've seen this art before. This actually looks pretty cool. I think I've seen something similar to it in 14. This might have been like reused for future stuff. But I like this one. This is like a very casual, but like still has that high fantasy look. And then Tartarus. I don't know if we need to. What's really interesting is this shit. Like the first types of designs for the Tartaru. I don't even know. Like they got like a little weasel. And I don't know if Tartaru were like some were supposed to be bigger than others, or maybe these are just children Tartaru. Like that would have been the white mage. That's pretty. Honest to God, that white mage look with like the green is pretty wild. And then these fucking menaces. These Tartar. And look, even the weasel got a downgrade. And that's weird too. Like that Tartar is like. I wonder if they were supposed to be like creatures of like the forest or some like, you know what I mean, if we're gonna get like creative with it. Some kind of like mammal or rat that was like a type of race, but that had like magical affinity because they were like one with nature or some shit. Unfortunately, I do think some of these designs though, for what they are, would have been kind of cool. Like just the color scheme for them. And then like the fact that they kind of look like mixed matched, you know, especially for early like gear set designs, could have been kind of cool. That white mage one, definitely. But even then, and it's also funny too. Oh yeah, I forgot about this because I thought about this. This design in particular, what does that look like? That looks like those little fucking those little fairies from Final Fantasy 14. I honest to God, when I see stuff like that, it's like I'm almost positive the sylphs. That's what they are. They're called sylphs. I'm almost positive some of these designs were like reworked. I mean, because you got to remember, Tanaka is the one that what was he? He was like lead director or something for 14 1.0, and he's the one that he would have overseen that. So they already brought over a ton of other stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if they would have taken like early designs and like reutilized some of those assets and just cleaned them up a little bit. Or maybe, and it's cool too when you see this because I wonder, now that looking at this, I kind of wonder if there was supposed to be like 3 different like sub races under the Tartar race, right? Or maybe these were just like the 3 they shot, or like, all right, one of these, and then it ended up they kind of more so went with this and then just cleaned it up. But even this, like, this looks pretty cool. This looks like almost like gear you like see in like Tactics where they have like unique shit. Yeah, and then like I said before, then you would have like I said, like that would be like almost like a mid-tier piece of gear, right? These are like your scrubs. But then you'd have like that white mage one is like a main like good piece, or like this, right? Like this looks sick. Almost has that sylphish look again too, but with like a Kefka almost type of like gear set design. Like Taru, you can tell got the most work put into them. Same with this, right? Like this looks sick, and then you have like these like top 10. These would have been so cool. I almost kind of wish they'd fucking just add them. That's cool. He gets like an armor cape or something. Like wraps around. That's some of these designs, man. They're so sick. And then obviously like that armor set we did get in game. Super cool though. Super cool. Then, where most of us got addicted to cat girls. So funny too, because from the front they make them like look normal. Turn that bitch around to the back. Got them glutes. Got them glutes. I'm glad they didn't go with this design. Although actually, no, I suppose this one might. I can't tell actually. I don't know if this one is female or male. This one, like the face looks a little softer, so I'm gonna assume is a female. And I can't tell with the chest. Maybe it looks like bust, but it could also just be like a muscular chest. This one has a little bit harder of a face. It does kind of look like a male, and I don't really see like any bust. And we know with these artists, they love adding to the imagination. And then you have these ones right here, look like the fucking Thundercats. Actually, that is pretty cool though. That's super sick, actually. You know, with Final Fantasy XIV's customizability, this is something that's really cool. Like the whole body tattoos. That's kind of a missed opportunity. Man, the Galka. Nothing crazy. It's kind of cool too that they would have had like the lion tail for some of them. Again, they straight up look like Thundercats. I wonder if maybe that was like kind of the initial like design choice just to like start off. Oh, here we go. It's funny too how they went like creepier with some of the initial designs. You know, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I mean, I assume it was supposed to be like the inspiration for the Galka, but a lot of people have said that these were supposed to be like the orc races, even though we actually got orcs in Final Fantasy XI. But these were supposed to be like the playable type orc races, which actually no, because orcs technically, the quad of were by Bastok, so technically speaking, Galka's home city, so to speak, for the most part, was Bastok. It wasn't the orcs were in Sandoria, so interestingly enough, it would have made sense if they would have like had to like fight the orcs all the time. But it is kind of interesting. Looks a lot more menacing right here. You know, they kind of did this with the Taru too, but these eyes, like the tattoos and stuff, look pretty cool. And the mining. So I guess that concept was, what, 3 toes. That's interesting. And then, like, what is that, like I can't tell if that's the heel or if that's like almost like a monkey appendage. Would have been cool to add like the tattoos though, and it's almost like I can't tell if that's like they're like bald or if that's like a like bone or something or what that is. Yes, they look way more beastly with these. The armor sets kind of look a little weird on them too. They just kind of look like monsters at that point. So that probably explains why they softened up their design. That bitch has huge traps too. Oh, this is interesting. When they were trying to figure out like monster head designs. They even went with like, oh, so that bone design thing I was talking about, this totally makes sense because they're kind of seeing it. Tell me that doesn't look like an early version of the Shadow Lord. Cousin It. King Kong. This one would have been so. Honest to God, the fucking. This looks like what they have in 14 now. Should have just made Ronso. They fucked that up. Now they can't even wear hats. This looks pretty cool. This looks very, like, almost Tactics-like. This is also kind of weird, too, because, what is it, 4? 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess there's 4 right there, but they're kind of like different feet. Oh, using spears. That's interesting. And they're almost like short spears, too. They're not even, like, full spears. And they have a shield, yes. Oh, that would have been so cool. If they would have had, like, a short spear using class that had, like, a shield with it. I wonder if these would have been, like, Beastmasters or something. That would have been super interesting. Oh, man. Oh, this is that one I was talking about. Where like the green design, I think. I think it's this one. Not quite. This one is really cool, though. I think I was thinking of this when I meant the green. Like all this green kind of highlight. I remember seeing this, though, and this really felt like... This scene, like, really gives you, like, that old school, like, kind of MMO-ish, like, vibe. Man, Final Fantasy XI really was, like, special. You know, it wasn't like that pop culture classic, I guess, that, you know, World of Warcraft ended up being. It's same for 14, but, you know, to me, when I think about it, I don't think those feelings that people had for that would have been the same. Because 11 wasn't that pop culture classic, right? Where it's just, oh, we just have the feeling of everybody playing the game. We just know we were there for the moment. It wasn't... I mean, yeah, I get that feeling that I was there for the moment for 11, but it wasn't necessarily about that. But the fact that I was there for like those early moments of the game was actually awesome. I feel so lucky to have experienced that because I really do believe those early days of Final Fantasy XI were like such a unique experience because of the way the game was crafted and because of the like just how the community was, because it was conditioned to be like almost a more altruistic community. I mean, yeah, we had our shitters here and there, but you know, it was just a really unique experience that, honest to God, it sucks that like it will probably never happen again. But just to like even catch little bits of that. And I've caught, honest to God, I've caught little bits of that on private servers from time to time. I have. It remains to be seen. We're going to be doing retail to get caught up on all the Rhapsody stuff because I never finished the Rhapsody stuff. All my friends who kept playing said it was really good. So I want to get caught up on that, and then I want to get caught up on the new content as well. And who knows? It's definitely, I don't expect it to have like to be the same exact experience, especially with how much the game's changed. But it'll just be something different. Then I get to redo all like the old story again. So I haven't. There's bits and pieces I just don't remember. So that'll be fun. But yeah, it's super sick though. I love Final Fantasy. That Final Fantasy 11. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Was probably the most unique experience you could have gotten in an MMO ever. Ever. I would defend that. damn near to the death. Also, too, you guys remember when summoners had staves and not fucking books? Talking to you, 14. Talking to you.